Hello, and what's today? Today is Thursday. Happy Thursday. It's a Thursday when I'm recording this. And so I hope you have an amazing day so far. And so in this video, I'm going to be talking about the most important components of your natal birth chart. And so before I jump into the content, if you are new to me or my page or any of my content here in social media land, my name is Kay Catrice, and I am the Natal Chart Navigator, and I help open-minded, aspiring, and current business owners to understand what path they need to be working on, what they need to be doing, and how do I do that? Via their birth chart. And so, jumping into it, I'm going to be talking about the most important components of your natal birth chart, okay? But before I do that, I just want to put out this disclaimer that when you're looking at an astrology birth chart, okay, whether you are doing it or you have paid somebody, you got a paid reading, or you're working with me or whomever, it is all it's interpretation, okay? And each thing has some meanings that aren't going to those meanings aren't going to change. That's what what it symbolizes. However, the interpretation of how the energy is expressed may be a little differently, just depending upon who is looking at your chart. It's all up interpretation, and so just take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't, and go from there. Alrighty, so jumping into it. When I am first looking at a birth chart, the very first thing that I look at is the sun, okay? Because the sun is you at your core. It's who you are at your core, okay? So it's your motivations, your needs, your will, your individuality. It describes the way you express these aspects of yourself. And so the house that it is in, that determines the area that you will be most effective. That's where you will express that area. That's what's your core focus in this lifetime. Okay, and then once I look at, once I see where your sun sign is, then I go to your rising sign or your ascendant sign. Okay, and so the rising sign is the sign that was rising on the horizon at the time of your birth, on the eastern horizon at the time of your birth. Okay. And so that is the personality that you show the world. That's the energy that you express out into the world, okay? The next thing that I look at that I feel is important when you're looking at a chart is your moon sign, okay? And so the moon describes your inner feelings, your inner thoughts, your feelings, your subconscious, your instincts, your habits, and your memory, okay? It determines the way you experience your emotions here in this physical realm, okay? And so the house that it is in points to the area of life that is most essential to your well-being. And then the sign is how that energy is expressed, okay? Now, the next thing, I actually look at this before I look at the moon, because this is tied to the ascendant, is the ruling planet or your chart ruler. So whatever planet or luminary is the ruler of your ascendant, and your ascendant is on the first house. The ascendant starts your will. That is your chart ruler, okay? And so I look at that because it doesn't matter where it is in the chart. It contributes to both your sense of self and the impression that you give others, okay? And on another video, I'm going to go into I'm going to talk about the, if your rising sign is, how do people see you, and, what your ruling planet is. And also, where your ruling planet is in the chart, it'll talk about how you are, okay? And then the last thing that I look at that I feel is most important in a chart is the stelliums. Okay. And this is, all of these are things that I look at when I first look at a chart. These are the first things that I look at in a chart before I go, more in depth. But a stellium is a cluster of 3 or more planets in the same sign and house. Okay. Now, depending on the house system that you're looking at, when you're looking at the chart, it may be a little different. Like if you're looking at a Placidus house system natal chart versus a whole house, it'll be a little different. So it may be a stellium, like if it's Placidus, it may be a stellium in Sagittarius, but it looks like a couple of the planets are in the 4th house, but Sagittarius is your 5th house. So that's a Placidus house system where it may get a little hazy. If you're looking at a whole signs house system, and then it would all be in Sagittarius in the 5th house. Okay. But what's so important about stelliums is that that energy. So if, say, you have 3 planets in the moon in the 5th house in Sagittarius, okay, your energy, your concentrated focus is going to be on 5th house activities, and they're going to be expressed in a Sagittarius energy way. Okay, that is a main focus for you in this lifetime. Okay, and so whenever it appears like that, like I just said, it reinforces the sign. It reinforces that energy that's going to be a major focus for you. Okay, and so again, it's stelliums, the ruling planet, the ascendant, the moon, and the sun. Those are the first things that I look at when I'm looking at a chart. To me, those are the most important things, and then from there, I just kind of break it down from there. So I hope that you did find value in this video. If you did, please do a like, share it out so others may find value as well, and also subscribe and click the bell so that you get notifications when I upload a video. If you're brand new to my videos or to astrology, I'm going to up here somewhere, it'll be in the little, you'll see it pop up, where you can go and start at the Astrology's Basics playlist, so that this will be in the Astrology Basics playlist as well, so that you can start getting more familiar with what astrology is. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on the next video.